Percentages, 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 okay? Finding the percent of a whole number, in this case, the whole number being 425, and we want to know what is 153 of 425. So what percent is 153 of 425? Okay, these are difficult numbers to start with. Let's start with the basics. So if you already know the basics and you kind of have a decent understanding of percentages, you can go ahead and probably fast forward 1 minute into this video, but I'm just going to go a quick review right here for those of you that may need it. Okay, if I take 400, nice neat number like 400, and I want to find 50% of it, I just need to cut that value in half. 50% means half of the total. So 400, half of that meaning 200, okay? 25% is a quarter. It takes 4 25% to get to 100. All right, so 25% of 400 just means cut it into a quarter or cut it into a fourth. 25% of 400, cut 400 into 4 equal parts. Each one of those parts would be worth 100. Okay, so these are quick, easy percentages to determine or find out. Most students will be able to figure out 50%, 25%, 10%, 20%. Those are kind of your go-to percentages. But when you're being asked a question like this, it's not going to come out, more likely than not, it's not going to come out to a nice, neat percentage. So how do we determine what percentage 153 is of 425? Well, I can tell you right now it's under 50% because half of 425 would be more than 200, and 153 isn't quite 200 yet. So we know it's going to be less than 50%. All right, let's figure out exactly what it is. In order to do that, you're going to need a calculator, and you're also going to need to have a solid understanding of how to convert from decimals into percentages. Here we go. You take 153. You're going to divide it by the whole of 425. And what it's going to give you is a decimal. You just type this in, you're going to get a decimal. And that decimal in this case is 3600ths. Decimals right here. And you need to understand that when converting from a decimal into a percentage, you just need to move your decimal place value 2 place values. 1, 2. If the decimal moves to over here in front of the 6, we now have 36.0. No need to show the 0. So we're just talking about the number 36. Okay, so converting from a decimal into a percentage, move the place value 2 spots to the right. You now have it as a percentage. So our answer to this question is 153 is 36% of 425. Okay, so you take the number, divide it by the whole, gives you a decimal, move the decimal 2 place values over to get your answer as a percentage. Let's do 2 more of these. I want you to pause when you see the problem. I'm going to write it down for you right now. Pause it, try it out yourself, then fast forward through the video to see if you got the same result as me. All right, so let's go with 8 is what percentage of 57? How about that? I like 8 is what percent of 57? So I'm just going to take 8 divided by 57. It's going to give me a decimal, and then I need to convert that decimal into a percent. Well, first off, before I go into actually answering this question, how are you going to get better at this stuff? By trying to mentally figure it out on your own as you go through the problem. Half of 57 is going to be right around that 28, it's going to be 28 and a half, I'll just tell you. Okay, but you can know that half of 57, give yourself a general idea of where you're going to fall. I'm going to fall right around the 28 mark, 29 mark, somewhere around there. Okay, but we're talking about 8. 8's quite a bit lower than 28 and a half. Therefore, we know it's going to be less than 50%. Okay, 8 divided by 57, I got 0.1403, so on, so on, so on. 0.14035087772. My calculator doesn't go any further. Who cares? I don't need any of that. Just need to look 3 place values over, okay? 0 does not tell me to round the 4 up, so what I actually have is 0.14 or 1400ths. Move the place value 2 spots, and you're left with 14%. 8 is 14% of 57. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.